He's gonna be mad enough. The less people he has to help him in his vengeance, the better.
I will say that the people running don't seem to be running towards the camp. They seem to be running away.
That's what I was thinking. Is that they're
Well, once they escape, then they'll turn around and eventually make their way back to the camp.
I think they're ditching completely. They're like, nope,
You need to go home and rethink your lives and become honest merchants.
Wait, then the solution now is that now that everyone has been scattered, you all converge on the camp and just take out the rest of them.
You guys have
we spent way too much magic points on this to do that.
You guys have kind of given them a rethink your life whooping at this point.
Yeah. Remember, we just had Fire Golem just literally melt somebody in half. Serva is on fire and doesn't care that an arrow hit her. And people are dropping down dead because of arrows. And then there's the Angel of Death floating above them. And one of them is staring at a flaming cat, burying its fangs, ready to die.
While a flaming person runs up at them.
I would like to point out that would be a perfect person to take prisoner at this moment.
Okay,
the one who's wetting his britches? Okay.
So, because we're at the top of the round, and because I don't want to go through another combat round if no one's going to do anything.
I'm going to...
And letting the other four go? Are we killing all of them? What's going on?
I was gonna have my golem kind of just
foul him.
No.
Oh.
Pin him to the ground and just stay there with one paw on him.
So he's
One
prisoner.
burning
Okay. Ari will end up going towards that one and trying to calmly ask the guy to give up the information before he becomes part of the slaughter.
Okay. So that guy's going. Anyone doing anything about the four? Anyone?
If I see the golem pinning somebody to the ground, I'll probably go over there.
You'll definitely see that.
Yeah, I'd go there then. I'd be like, everybody's running away. Things seem fine. We're clearly taking somebody prisoner here, so I want to make sure that goes well.
Okay.
Because I am particularly vested in finding out who this guy is.
Also, Bramble's gonna shoot someone.
How far away are we from the camp?
You're like I don't know, 100, 150 feet.
Also, did anyone say where Gorm is? Yeah.
He's firing. No. But yeah, Jolie.
To be fair, none of you actually know where I am at this point.
Yeah, Vinda was asking in character, where's...
I think we still need another combat round. It looks like
someone's still
wants to do things and pinning people.
Jolie still wants to kill stuff. He wants to shoot things and he wants to have Jeffrey pin somebody.
You thought you were going to get to go to bed before midnight, Sari.
Like, that's ever gonna happen.
Well, the thing is, he didn't. That won't work because he didn't move last time, and the minions are going to go first. So 3 of them are going to get off. They're going to be too far away from him, really, unless he's going to spend.
The other one?
He can fire like 31 squares.
How many were running?
Well, he killed 1, so 3 are still running.
Yeah, he's got 1.
Yeah. Well, they can run 21 squares, so yeah, and he's only moving 7, so yeah, they'd definitely be out of range. Doing mental math.
Mm-hmm. Oh, apparently Jeffrey is going to try running after and pinning.
Yeah, but they're still ahead. I mean, he can. If he's gonna go on a one-man crusade, and I mean, then we can roll for that later. But it's kind of without him being here, that's really hard for him.
It's probably just gonna end up being that all of the hurt ones die in some hunt over the night, and he eventually shows up.
Bramble gets shot in the face, and he's dead.
That is possible.
No, all the ones he's chasing don't have their weapons because they dropped their weapons and fled.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, right, I forgot. Yeah, they dropped all their weapons. Never mind, you're good. You're safe.
They have no weapons. He's actually safe to pursue them. That's one of the reasons why I asked if we are actually going to kill everybody, because they forfeited the field. They are gone.
Yeah.
Why is he still shooting at?
Because he wants to make sure they're dead.
Other
than that, I don't know.
Okay, it's just the shenanigans are too hard to do without the player being here. I'm sorry, it just is. Okay.
Okay.
So, I'm not gonna, because it's ridiculous. I'm not gonna make you all like roll, grapple, and pin and do all these things because the guy is he's doomed. So, we're gonna say these guys escape to who knows where. 2 of them are dead, and this poor fella, as soon as he ran into a fire golem cat, it pounced on him and is now holding him with a flaming paw, by the way. And so as he's holding him down, he's
Its paw isn't flaming.
No, it is, because every part of that thing is on flames, and also he's already on fire. So he's basically screaming as, me.
He slowly burns to death.
He's basically burning to death. So unless curiosity does
Okay,
something,
the
he's not
golem's
gonna
going
be able to do it.
the golem's going to back away now from him. So
yeah, Bramble was going to loot the body, so you can deal with that as you need.
Oh, Bramble's looting?
Yeah, Bramble's
Yes,
looting
Bramble
bodies.
is looting.
He wants to loot, pick up stuff.
Okay. There's 2 bodies to loot. Most of their stuff was in flames and fused to them. But you do manage to find the weapons that were dropped. So, like a couple of swords and some bows. And like
Some deformed coins.
Slag metal.
Yeah. Purified
Yeah.
gold bars.
like yeah, eight silver worth of things that are not slabs of something else. So you found about 8 silver and some weapons.
Just imagining this like little thing of 8 silver melted together.
Yeah.
All right, so who's gonna begin this interrogation of this poor person?
I still have to land, so I think
You're-
Ari would have beat me.
Yeah. So Ari would have gotten there first.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna head over in that direction if I see everyone converging over.
Yeah, you also
Yeah,
hear the guy screaming in pain because he's still on fire and was seared by a
Curiosity, I think maybe you should,
It burned!
Should what?
douse that.
No, you only douse him after he answers our questions.
except he's on fire and dying.
Yeah.
He's like he hasn't had the opportunity to
Okay,
roll.
if he's still on fire by the time I get there, I will attempt to put it out.
I mean, you fly pretty fast, so yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, if everyone else is just standing there being lame and not trying to douse it with sand by the time I get there, I will use water.
Well, once I land, yes, I will start pouring, like, dumping sand on him.
Okay, that succeeded.
Okay, so you take Ari kind of kicks away any weapons he might have. Harmony, you land, you get some sand and you put it on top of him, smothering out the flames. Smoke rises from the body right as Curiosity comes in, and you've all kind of converged at this point. And the guy is just, he's just beat up and so torn up that he doesn't even move after you douse him in flames. He just sort of lays there and concentrates on breathing. His body is covered in scars and burn marks, and you can see parts of his clothes are fusing into his skin. He's not looking great at all.
Yeah, and if you consider he probably breathed in flames, his breathing's probably ragged too.
He's not doing so great.
Perfect. Awesome. Question: Is the thing that stabbed me when I tried to dive still stuck in me?
Yep, you still have a knife in your back.
Okay, I'm gonna. If Curiosity comes over, like, Here, can you get that out of my back, please?
How did you get a knife in your back? And you
That's
just
what
flew
we're
around
about
with
to
it the
find
whole
out.
time?
That's what we're about to find out. Well, yes, I can't really grab it out of my back very well, and if it started bleeding, I didn't want to be flying and pass out.
Good point. This might sting a little bit. And then I
No
pull the
way.
knife out. And
No
also
way.
then try to heal the injury as I do.
While they're doing that, I'm going to try to calm the guy and just say, listen, it would be in your best interest to acquiesce to our requests today. Tell us what you know, especially about your boss, and anything else you can tell us that would be a tactical advantage against the camp that you just came from.
Are his vocal cords even not charred?
You can't tell. He just seems to breathe heavy, and his eyes are closed, and he's like clenching sand with his
Right.
fists.
Well, that's why fire is scary.
That's my favorite.
Yeah, that's why fire is here.
In that case, since he's being that way, I will.
I mean, yeah, I never really forget how scary it is, but reminding is yeah.
It's a lot more than a flesh wound. It's a lot more than a flesh wound. You guys toasted him,
Yeah,
literally.
it is. It's a little bit more.
I'll ask Carmony, do you want me to heal some of his injuries?
Only enough so we can talk. And then, if he answers questions after that, more.
Okay, I'm gonna use my healing hands on the dude.
Okay.
That'd be 15 damage.
15. That's pretty good.
Why are the swordmen inside your bowl, Kairat?
No reason.
You've collected trophies.
Oh, yo.
They ran off the edge. They were sitting right next to my bowl.
Dude, we
They
should
just
totally
got
start a
sucked in.
trophy, like a headhunting trophy count, and keep all the people that people
No.
kill next to
No.
their spots.
No.
There is a small part of you, Kyrath, that's still a little kid that likes to messing with things.
I'm just channeling my inner curiosity.
Okay. Try to be serious here, people. Except failing. Alright.
Yep.
So,
Bramble also wants to heal the dude.
okay, I mean, by the time you get there, because you're on the other side of the map, by the time you get there, Harmony's done a pretty good job, but you can help stabilize them when you get there. Curiosity, you infuse the healing energies into him. And you see, because being skilled as you are, particularly wanting to make sure he can talk, you can see the area around his throat and lungs rejuvenate. And he starts breathing a little easier now. Just don't kill me. I'll tell you what you want to know.
That will work out to your benefit, that it will. Take your time, breathe. Before I let loose the fire golem. Before I let loose the fire kitty.
His eyes go wide and he jerks away from the cat, which is just standing there staring at him.
He growls.
Enough, had enough for this. What do you want to know?
Tell me about your camp. About its defenses, capabilities. How many people are there?
You saw us all. You know we were there. You were there. Your angels were watching us.
Estimated 25, Airy, I think.
Alright. Now then, tell me about your boss, this leader. I've not met him. Who leads you?
Kadesh. His name is Kadesh. Kadeshman. We just call him the boss.
Alright, and this Kadesh man, do you know what his particular skills are? Like, what does he favor in combat? Does he prefer the sword or does he prefer to talk?
I don't know, both, I guess. He's practical. He does whatever makes him money. He's not really bloodthirsty, but he can do his best when he needs to.
Alright, thank you very much. Are any other secrets that he might have that we don't know about?
Is he a sorcerer?
I don't know. He can't use magic. At least not that I know of.
He can't use magic. I beg to differ. Unless this knife that's in my back appeared out of thin air of its own volition.
Do you have anyone in your camp who is capable of magic that you know of?
No, he doesn't hire magic users. He doesn't trust them. I think his boss is probably a mage of some kind, but I don't really know much about her.
So he has a boss?
No, yeah, some lady shows up sometimes. She sends
not again.
Like a representative. It's like a little creature. It shows up once in a while.
I think I still have the locket with her picture in it, I do believe, so I'm gonna take that out and show it to him.
Yeah, yep, that's her. She shows up she shows up once in a while. She's really creepy, and no one wants to be around her. But Kadesh doesn't seem to bother.
Why did she send you guys here?
I don't know. All I know is that we're not supposed to let anyone pass the canyon. She doesn't care how, she doesn't care what we do, but then we stop them, and then we take their stuff. That's it. Look, I don't know that much. I just do what I'm told, okay?
Of that I believe
Bramble wants to know if there are any other traps, if there are traps at the camp.
No, we don't trap our camp. We just trap the canyon. That's it. I mean, no one's ever found us there before. Except you guys, apparently. First ones.
What would your boss do if since he knows about us and he knows that we know about him, what would be his best tactic? What would he do? Would he leave, or would he pack up and relocate to another area to continue his particular
I don't know. I don't know. He seems pretty invested in doing what she wants, but I don't think he would die for her, if that's what you're asking, or for a cause. I don't know. She's not really someone you want to disappoint.
Having seen what she does to people she has no longer any use for, I would tend to agree with that.
That's why, my friends, there's no way they're coming back. They're not going back to that camp.
Yeah, that leaves us about 15 left to deal with. We can ambush them in the canyon if they decide to attack the caravan.
They probably won't do that until it gets more men.
Well, good. Then we'll be through.
But if he's gonna get more men, then maybe we should stop him now while he's lower.
By the time we'd be able to, Vinda, he would already be at least outside of that particular camp, and it would behoove us to continue on with our journey, because we have a job as it is. unfortunately, we cannot stay around and wait for him to come back. It's
I don't think we should stay in this spot either in case he sends everybody after us.
Yes, there's that.
He seemed to want us alive, which was... Well, if he's working for
Just
Laura,
you.
that makes
He looks
sense.
at you, Harmony. Just you. He just wants you and the other angel. That's all he wants.
So he has interest in our angels.
I don't know. The lady that she sent, the rep, that's what he wanted. He wanted the angels alive. He didn't care about the other two. Anyone else.
All right.
That's it. That's all I know.
Any other questions, my friends?
Any other traps in the canyon? Or are they going to have to reset those?
So there were the rocks and the stuff on the
Caltrops.
ground. Yeah, and that was it. The main what we were supposed to do is we were supposed to trap them in the canyon, and the archers were going to finish them off. Whatever they couldn't get, the swordsman would come and clean up, and then we would loot the bodies, and then we would leave, and that's it. That's what we were supposed to do. Sometimes we would take. Sometimes if someone was particularly interesting, we would take them alive and bring them back to the Rockbite fort. And sell them as slaves, but that didn't happen very often.
Where's the fort?
Oh, that's
Where is
miles
this?
away.
That's not what I asked. I asked where the fort is.
He points into a sort of southeastern direction from where you are.
So kind of like the base of the mountains that are on the left, on the east.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's by it's got a dock. It's by the oasis, the river. It's near the river.
My fire golem moves away and just sits down.
He relaxes a little bit. I wouldn't recommend going there. There's more of us there, and it's more like a small, it's more like a town than a full fort. Your group wouldn't stand a chance.
Are you sure? And Ari
Look.
will lean in and look at it with the twinkle in his eye.
You're impressive, but that place is built for an army to attack it. It's my home. It's where we grew up. It's where we're raised.
And where are you going to go now?
Anywhere? I don't know. There's some towns around here, I guess. Maybe I'll join the military. I think the Saharan are hiring. They're looking for people.
Yeah, I'm inclined to believe him. So Bramble wants to keep him prisoner. Oh, Bramble wants to ask him if they wanted the cat.
What? What? Cat?
Okay, never mind. Don't worry about it.
Look, all I know is the angels were the only things that were important. I don't know why. I just know that we were supposed to bring you guys into live. That's why we had the nets. Kind of just looks to all of you, keeps his hands where you can see him. He's visibly shaking, and you can still he's in pain and somewhat, but he seems to be keeping it at bay to answer your questions.
All right. Anyone else with a question?
Question for a group: are we healing him and sending him on his way?
I walk over and I completely am no longer fire and all of that. And I reach my hand down to him and help him up.
He hesitates, taking it, and he looks at you, fearful. And after seeing that no one else is going to stop you, he takes it and lets you help him stand up. He staggers and he almost falls on you as he's still very much burned and injured, but he steadies himself, still shaking.
I believe
cautiously.
I believe there's one last question I wish to ask.
Anything. I'll tell you anything.
Have you done harm to any of the Empire? The Fey Dominion?
No, probably. They attack our fortress sometimes.
So you stand opposed to the Dominion?
I stand opposed against anyone who tries to kill us. Look, you gotta understand that I'm not a part of any faction, and I'm not a Saharan, I'm not a Dominion, and we are just a small group of people who live in a fortress. I don't even know how we got started, honestly. That's where we live, it's where we grow, it's where we die. I don't know why we do what we do, to be honest. It's living.
It's alright. Gentle now.
So,
and
are all of the Rockbite people working for this woman, or is it just your small group?
No, Kadesh was hired. Kadeshman was hired by her. We all have the generals we sign with, and Kadeshman's one of the better ones, so I went with him. You know, more money and better stuff for my family. But she doesn't control us or anything.
Thank you very much. And Erethias is going to stab him in the throat. 16 with 5 stunt points.
Can I try to stop him?
Yeah, can I? So I'm like there.
16 plus...
It's just going to be an initiative check.
Oh, yay! My 0 just to dexterity. Love it.
Well, I would say it'd be a perception check to see if they even notice he's going for it first.
You guys are all standing right there. You'll notice.
It'd be a total of 20 with 5 stunt points to hit.
Well, roll initiative.
So he's super dead. Super dead if nobody stops him. Unless I roll all 6s on an initiative check, I'm not seeing me stopping him.
Initiative is 8
dexterity.
5.
Wait, I'm trained in initiative. I forgot. So I actually get a +2.
That doesn't necessarily mean anything if you roll low enough. Like
I got a 12 with 2 stunt points that do nothing.
Yeah.
Can I try to stop him as well?
Right,
Roll
8 plus
initiative, Serva.
5 is...
You should 8 plus 5, Barry. That's 13.
13 plus...
I'm going with the I didn't stop him.
18 initiative.
Okay.
Nope, didn't stop him.
I rolled 18 to stop him and got 6 stunt points.
She has a higher stunt die. That breaks the tie. So she wins.
Barry's not having good luck this week with opposed player checks.
And I'm also really mad now.
So what do you do to stop him?
Well, I've already got the guys, I'm still, kind of helping him, holding him, so I just whip him away.
Do you step in between him and
Yeah,
Barry? Okay.
I grab Barry's arm and push it away.
So as you go to stab, a split second, Sirva realizes what you're doing, and she knocks your hand out of the way and interposes between you and the kid.
And Iggy will stand up and stand beside me.
As soon as she does that, Iggy comes up and he gets big and stands in between the two of you. And at this point, the man, he's just completely freaked out. Hey, wait! I thought we had a deal.
We do. I was going to set you free, but my companions have decided to let you live. And Ari's gonna sheathe his short sword and just walk away.
So wait, you said you walked away?
Or walking away, so if people want to ask and whatnot, it's fine.
Oh, Harmony's definitely going after you because he thought that was interesting. He thinks he understands why you were doing it. He just didn't agree with it.
Please
So it was like a split second. He saw like flash of steel, and he was like, "Wait a second, can we talk about this?" And he's like, soldier to soldier, like person, like to soldier. Like he thinks he understands, so he's gonna go after Ari.
Something to think on. Next time he says he's going to set someone free.
We'll
He
What do you mean?
means death. Someone free, instant death.
We'll pursue
So
that.
yeah, so Harmony walks beside you for a bit.
Okay, we'll pause on that. We'll
Yeah.
pursue that in a sec.
I turn to Curiosity and I say, "Can you heal this guy a little more and let him go?" And yeah, I'm like, really mad about it right now. So she's like, trying not to go after Barry.
I'll see what I can do. I don't understand what's happening.
Classic Curiosity.
I want to know, but I have no idea. Something's going down that just went way over my head.
Yeah, that was definitely something.
So I am gonna have my golem watch Ari.
Okay.
Okay, I'll just use the healing touch spell for just 1d6
Okay.
of healing. Oh, plus my whatchamacallit, willpower. So 6 plus 5, so 11.
Okay, that brings him up to full. So you finish healing him, and his burn marks, for the most part, go away. He's still scarred, but he's in much better shape. And after you heal him, he nods at you. Thank you. Can I go now?
I say yes.
As soon as you say that, he bolts. He just takes off running.
Okay, Bramble was gonna ask him to join us, but I'm guessing he doesn't want to stick around.
He doesn't
With
stick around long enough to hear
Ari
anything.
stabby Ari.
Yeah. Also,
I think what
don't
Bramble was
really
implying
want
is
him-
you join us or I shoot you, sort of thing.
He before you can even make that, as soon as when Sirva or Winter says, you can go, he just bolts and he runs as fast as he can.
why would we want him to join us?
You can ask Bramble that later where he could actually talk, because otherwise it's going to take a long
Yeah, after the
time.
game's done, he can probably get in and talk after he shuts everything else down.
Okay, so then after that, then we'll go over to Harmony and Ari, who are now walking away from the group. So Harmony, you catch up to Ari.
So was that some sort of corporal punishment? Breaking the law sort of thing?
Defy the will of the Emperor, yes. He assaulted my Empress by assaulting her kingdom. So
That's
grounds for
is that
death.
like a written statute of death for prisoners? I'm not from this continent even, so
I would like to point out that Asli is saying join or die, 155 feet is his rating. I think he's being very adamant and saying he shoots.
Bramble,
Conversation
no.
guys. Wait, comments after.
That's not the current.
we're having a conversation at the moment.
Shh. Please don't interrupt. Please.
To some extent, yes. It is the law of Fey Dominion that if you defy the will of the Emperor, you're dead.
Is there not room for those who decide not to go against the will of the Empress anymore?
If you decide not to go against the will of the Empress, yes, there is room for that.
Well, it seemed to me like he was not going to go join up with the Rockbite anymore.
No, but he did assault my Empress.
Maybe he didn't have a choice. I get where you're coming from, don't get me wrong. I think Winter may not understand. But maybe just next time, if you don't want to have an angry fire golem smash into your head, maybe talk about it before you... I mean, if you want to get jumped by an angry fire golem, I mean, that's totally up to you. I get where you're coming from. I served and followed orders my whole life. And so that makes sense to me. I just wanted to... If Winter comes after you for it, I'll make sure her golem doesn't kill you.
Well, thank you for that. But it's just one of the things. Loyalty is honorable, and if you're not loyal to the One True Light, or to the Emperor, or in this case Empress, then death happens. It's just one of those things.
So were you a soldier then? Or is this a rule that applies to every citizen of the Empire? Of the
Dominion, yes, it is law for the Dominion, and a soldier.
So that gives any citizen the right to take out anybody then.
Not.
Well, I mean, if they're going against the One True Light.
If they're going against, they do suffer punishments of the Empire and of those who are duly anointed to carry out the judgment and will of the Empress.
So you're anointed to carry out the will of the Empress?
Yes.
I learn something new every day.
Parts of my training, parts of where I came from.
Well, that's good, because if we keep fighting the bad guys, then you're with us, so we're not going to get in any legal trouble.
For sure, yes.
That's good to know, since we're getting into bigger cities.
Oh yes, particularly since we seem to be going closer towards Cutis. I was wanting to make sure that my companions were upstanding, at least enough to get me to Cutis, where I could let them go freely.
Quester. Quester's the capital.
Okay.
Retcon conversation. He said Questor.
He would know.
Yeah. Well, we'll make it together as long as whatever. Well, now it seems like Lolora's hunting us specifically. But I don't think I like that. I liked it better when she was not looking for us. Or maybe she was looking for us the whole time.
I'm not sure, but I have a feeling she knows more than she lets on. More than we know, at least. And she probably knows about your particular calling, shall we say. She does use a demon most of the time. So, and she is therefore an enemy of the light and deserves to die.
I also think the succubus kiss of death on the mayor might also make her up for execution.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Wasn't she a demon of sorts herself?
She's a succubus. It's like, well, hopefully she can at least answer questions if she's working for somebody else before I pin her to the wall.
She will answer, and then she will die.
But we're in agreement there. So, what are you thinking now? Fall back, keep an eye on the camp, just let the caravan pass. I don't think we're equipped to go back in there. And there's 15 of them left.
I agree. Regrouping would also benefit our troop. I noticed Vinda used quite a bit of power there. and might have overextended yourself just a little, but it was all in defense of our group, trying to make sure this caravan gets there safely, which is good.
So fall back to the. I think. Fall back to the canyon. It seems like once the caravan makes it through the canyon, they should be safe.
Yes, that's what it seems like.
And then I think then we should go back out ahead of them again after that. But I think we should stay at the canyon until they're through it.
I agree with you. That sounds like a wise plan.
And I can keep an eye on the camp from up in the sky. And hopefully we're done with them for now.
Yes. By the way, did you leave my arcane tent there, or did you bring it with you?
Was your tent at the canyon?
Yeah. I set up a little camp for you guys, for you and Curiosity, kind of.
Oh, I didn't even know there was a camp. I mean, I just kind of left. I didn't know that there was a camp. No, I didn't.
Yeah, it's okay. Okay, so it's still there. Okay.
It should still be there.
Oh yeah.
Unless like somebody else took it. Well, the good news is Gorm got away. Didn't go exactly as we planned it, but he should be catching up to us. He should be able to find us.
All right.
As you say that, you notice a group of figures coming close to you, making themselves very obvious. They don't seem to be a threat, but you can catch in the corner of their eye that they seem to be two of them in front, and one of the ones in front, looks suspiciously like Gorm.
There's our wayward scout. That will help.
Sure. Wayward. That's a word.
It is a word. We'll just leave it at that. But I'm glad he is back. His talents with the bow is quite good.
Yeah, as long as he doesn't get captured again, I'm good.
Yes. Let's see if we can't keep him from doing that, but anything else?
Well, it looks like Gorm's with people. We should see who they are. Who knows? Maybe.
Meanwhile, while your guys are still talking, Binda is rushing over to Gorm and chattering at him, like, "Are you alright? You. I don't know."
Harmony, see what you can do about helping to gather everyone. I have a particular ability that will help soon. It will help us rest as well.
Well, I think everybody looks like they're going to meet Gorm, so it's a good enough place to rally.
Yes.
Alright.
Yeah, Gorm looks pretty nonplussed. And
Still carrying the cat, who is at this point sort of like.
And for like the only other time you've ever seen him without his face covered.
Mm-hmm. He's completely covered, and of course, the first thing you notice is that he's missing an ear.
That looked like it hurt. Are you alright?
I'm fine. But they have my stuff.
He starts clawing, like, towards Curiosity.
Gorm just lets go.
He immediately jumps and gets on Curiosity's shoulder.
Well, until we get your stuff back, can you find enough things from the Fallen? There appears to be a couple of bows, maybe some arrows, a couple of short swords.
But certainly, all of that can wait until introductions are done. And you see an older-looking Saurian standing next to him. He's like in some kind of padded bone armor, and there are three others with him who look much, much younger than he is, standing by. And the youngest of them, you hear her peek up. Yes, introductions are great. I am Jess. Hi. Shh, Jess. The other female hisses at her.
Greetings then, and Erethias will give full imperial bow. It's a pleasure to meet you. I am glad that you are here, servants of the light. May the light be with you.
The older one bows in the same way as you, in a deep gesture of regard, and he says, I am named Niles. I was a friend with Gorm. We met in the Zagata before the hunt. These are my hunters. Rock, and he points to the male who he's like got like one like chest plate in the center, and then he's completely bare armed and everything, letting his scales out, and he's got 2 twin axes on his back. And Beatrix, and the other, this taller Saurian woman, she's got like kind of a mane of tendrils, but a large curved longbow on her back. And for those of you that have purchased grenades and now know what they are, you notice she has a belt of them around her. She seems to be quite handy with them. And then the last one, and then he points to the younger one who's still waving and smiling, a very, very toothy grin, and says, and the youngest, Jess, this is her first hunt. Yeah, it's my first hunt. I'm so excited.
Isn't the hunt over?
Oh no, that was for fun. I'm training these young ones for hunting, in period. We were just doing that for fun. This is part of our rite of passage for these 3. Jess is learning still.
Learn all that you can, little one. The more you learn, the better you will be.
Duh, obviously.
I like
Are you guys okay? We saw you all the battle. It seemed like you guys were in big trouble, so we... Jess, shut up. The older female kind of hisses at her again and like puts her hand over young Jess's mouth.
Well, it wasn't looking good for a couple seconds, but I went reasonably well after that, I think. But thanks for bringing Gorm back. Gorm, it's good to have you back, I think. He's like, Harmon's just like, this is a lot of work. I don't know.
It will be good when I have my stuff.
Oh, if you want to go back in there and get your stuff, I think we're all gonna leave, and good luck with that.
What?
There's still 15 of them at least in the camp, Gorm.
Your friends are correct, Gorm. You should listen to this one. He is wise. There is not much to go back to. Your things are probably gone and used by now. Unfortunately, we were not able to rescue you on our own for time. There's only 4 of us, and many of them. When your friends came, we saw an opportunity that in case they weren't able to help you, we would do it ourselves. You made an impression on me, and I like to keep people who make an impression on me alive. But as it is, we were at least able to rescue you, and that is what we're going to have to settle with for now. There is a canyon, yes, that your group is coming through. We should head that way soon and make for a good camp. And also, I don't think you'll have to worry about those mercenaries chasing us down. They were quite injured.
Well, I'm gonna keep an eye on them. Well, at least their direction as we head back, just the same.
We shall keep an eye on. I will have Beatrix and Rock watch them, so you will not have to worry. I would send Jess, but and by this time Jess is like, she's already made herself over to Curiosity because, people like Curiosity and Jess often find each other. And
I was gonna say, I was gonna go talk to her.
No, we already had Winter. We don't need somebody else. We're good. We're good on our young people.
But the first thing I do is when Rafi jumps in my arms, I congratulate him on being awesome, and then I go investigate the other talkative person.
He just sort of shrugs like, I already knew that, and sits on your shoulder. You are actually quite curious about Jess. Jess, out of the other ones, she stands out the most. She has these beautiful, intricate tattoos, golden tattoos all over her body, that seem to sort of mesh with her scales. She is a brightly colored Saurian, and she has these golden feathers that stick out of her like an elaborate headdress. It's very odd for a hunter. She's more of a peacock than really something stealthed. but she notices you, and she sees all of your tattoos and your weird eyes, and you look like me. You've got pretty like me. Where did you get yours? Is it simple or is it just like fun? Mine was just fun. What is yours?
Mine are the markings of my tribe, and I got them when I was with the water temple.
Yeah. Harmony's glaring at you. Curiosity. Like, nope.
We've only been talking for like 5 seconds.
And we already know so
What
much.
is it with the? What is it with people trying to shush? Yeah, right.
So obviously, I will not be sending Jizz. She will stay, but I will send my other two. If that is not the problem. And he kind of looks to you, Harmony, as you seem to sort of be the default leader at this point.
I shrug, and I look at Harmony, like Curiosity. I'm like, well, you can talk to her, just don't talk about that.
Oh, tell me more. I want to know now that I can't talk about it. I want to talk about the Tell me about that. Oh, what?
If you want to end up dead in the morning, ask away.
You are rude. And she...
Don't listen to him. He's just grumpy because he got impaled.
No, it's because they're hunting us, Curiosity. We're keeping way too high of a profile. Please.
I count 7 of
Who's
us.
hunting you? Are they bad? Are
11.
they like
if
other
we
tribes,
count.
or are they other bad guys, or are they like the mercenaries? What is hunting and why?
Yeah, no, Harmony's just walking back to the canyon.
Well, fine. We get to talk on here.
That's fine. I'm gonna ask the headhunters about if he's ever seen a dagger, like the one that mysteriously stabbed me in the back, like magic.
The one that stabbed you is actually not all that interesting. It's just a rusty dagger. It's just
No.
not you. That's not actually the interesting one.
Gorm goes to loot.
Bad.
Gorm goes to loot.
I was hoping it was magic itself. I just want to make sure it's not magic itself before I throw it away.
That's not the one that. And I don't know if you ever talked to. It's Gorm. This is not the dagger he has in his hand. It's not the one you saw. That was interesting. He just has like some kind of plain dagger that apparently
Yeah.
was thrown at his back.
I was just saying Gorm goes to loot stuff like they suggested from whatever is left.
Bramble already did, so there's not really anything to loot.
Oh, yes, that's right. Go ahead and see Bramble. He might have some to share if you need.
I didn't hear any of that.
It's okay. Ari basically pointed out he might check in with, of course.
Didn't hear
Barry?
anything.
He's got none of that.
I hate my mic sometimes.
Essentially, you're checking to see if there's loot. There isn't. Bramble got it all. Nihilus nods and bows to you all again, and he takes Beatix and Rax, and he says something to them, and then sends them off. And by the time he turns around, Jis is still talking to Curiosity. This, you sound like these wings of yours are quite interesting. I've only seen them on Dragonborn before. Well, some Dragonborn, not all Dragonborn, but like some. Did you know I can speak Draconic? I've been visiting with them. Well, they came down
Really?
to see. I owned a display.
Wait, what are you talking about? Dragonborn don't have wings?
Some of them do.
What? They do?
Really?
Where did you see Dragonborn with wings? Tell me more about that.
When they get really super old, they grow. I'm not even kidding. They grow. They just grow out of their back. And
What?
they like to fly down to the harbor because like at that point I guess they don't want to use ships. But I don't know.
I mean, I know that they live on floating islands. I was there for. I did not see any wings. It always really bothered me when I saw their nice cities and then they had glass panes in their windows. You couldn't even just jump out the windows and go flying around. It was very upsetting.
No. I heard stories. They sound amazing, but I'm only on the ground.
Winter's gonna just shake her head as she hears this and follow Harmony. It's just too much for her.
Gorm is just standing there with nothing.
Yeah, if you're walking with Harmony, he'll turn to you like, I presume that the flames were your handiwork, Winter?
Yeah, might have gone a little overboard.
I don't think so. think it worked very well.
Okay.
I mean, nobody got dead, so... Well, I mean, none of us got dead.
Yeah.
And the caravan is a lot safer than it was a few hours ago.
Well, yeah. That too. But yeah, that's good.
And he keeps walking. He's just like, yep. He's like, this went well. This is good.
It's like Suma's Harmony's new best friend. They don't say that much. Conversation ended.
Yeah, it's fine. What else is there to say? It's like, good work with the flame stuff. Caravan safe. Awesome. Conversation over. This is curiosity.
So you guys start heading back to the canyon. Nihilus will stay closer to Gorm and kind of talk to Gorm and you, Harmony, and he tells you a little bit about the dangers in here and things to prepare for. The entire time you walk, Jess and Curiosity are talking in the back at about a mile less a minute.
With Vinda adding in some now and then.
Mm-hmm.
The entire time Gorm's not listening is
attention.
considering going back on his own.
Going back where?
Where do you think?
If you go back, I am legitimately just gonna shoot you in the back with an arrow. Save us the trouble.
Now, if Winter saw you heading back, she would make her golem go grab you by like the scruff of your shirt and keep you. And she would not let you go.
Oh man, what do we do? We fight the person who's trying to go back. Why? So they don't get killed. Could they maybe die in the fight anyway? Maybe.
Of course. Kill them. It's been so much fun. Like, I've seen so many things. It's like the most crazy thing out here. I can't even believe that there are so many creatures. I've only known like a couple, and just goes on and on and on. And that's where we're gonna leave for the night.
And Winter looks at Harmony and says, I really wish I had your wings right now.
Oh, come on. This has been like 5 minutes. You've been with Curiosity for weeks. Like this.
I can deal with Curiosity, but there's 2 of them.
Yeah, he just like shrugs and he's like, yeah, okay, I'll give you that one.
She's pulled out a journal by now, and she's showing him everything she's written, all the notes she's taken on the whole journey. Commiserating her knowledge with his.
We found a gelatinous cube. It was
What?
It was also very deadly. Or I guess dangerous. Nobody actually died, luckily. It was sort of sketchy.
Very sketchy.
Well, fortunately, that makes the adventure not so much fun, But that's really amazing. Can you draw it? Can you show me what it looks like? I can draw, but I don't really know. It's just like a cube. And she like starts as you describe it.
And it was basically like clear and see-through. It had something floating in it. I think it was a key or something.
What was the key to? What was the key to?
Nothing?
Everything. It was a key to everything. Harmony shouts back. It was a key to everything.
Oh, the key to everything, like knowledge and stuff, or like just doors. What does that mean? What does that even mean?
I don't know. I'll have to ask Harmony about it later.
It was magic. It can open any lock. I don't know.
What do you mean it was magic? What happened to it? Don't we still have it?
Olaf had it. And it was Olaf's.
Who's Olaf?
Well, that's unfortunate.
Hunters? Is he another one of your hunters? Is he tall?
Olaf is Gorm's brother.
That one? And she points at the half orc.
Yes.
They don't look alike. Well, I mean, is he another half orc?
No. He was a human.
That's weird. That's very weird.
I guess they were half-brothers?
What's a half-brother? Do they...
What?
What's a half-brother? How do you be half a brother? And do you think a brother or you're not? How does that work?
Well, by that logic, then it was his brother.
But you said he didn't look like him. How does that work?
And just like up ahead where Gorm is, you hear, I would shut your mouth right now.
Yeah, I'm not sure anybody's laughing at him. He's pretty mad.
He looks like he's set, like, you see a little bit of shaking in one of his arms. You sort of think he might turn around and just start punching.
About that.
So I was like, so how did you get these tattoos? They look very fancy.
Oh, it's a great story. A tattoo artist came to our village. And they wanted them. They looked cool, so I did them.
Oh, so a tattoo artist did it. You didn't do them yourself? Who came up with the designs? The artist?
No, I did, of course, obviously. I drew them, but I can't really do that myself. I mean, look at my... And she points... The tattoo goes from, like, her head down all the way her body. Like, you can really do that by yourself? Not really, no. But obviously, I came up with the designs. I mean...
Ah, that's good.
Mm-hmm. Nihilus says that they're not very good for hiding, but I think they make me look pretty. And also, I think that they help me with when I talk to people. People like me. They like me a lot, it seems. Anyway, I think they do. And so it helps me when I talk to them. I can, like, say, look at all the tattoos, and they're like, oh, that's so cool. And they're like, oh, but this is what happened. This is how it happened.
Maybe I should try that next time I'm talking to some people.
It works. It really
Harvey's like, no, you're not supposed to talk about the tattoos. I just said that. Don't do that. But next time you meet someone, talk about anything else. Okay, not anything else. You know what I mean.
I think my tattoos look really cool when I have my skin glowing, and then the tattoos are all black, and then they aren't glowing, and then it's really cool.
Would you like me to make it quiet?
I think that should be obvious at the moment, right?
It's nighttime.
Isn't it still night?
No, well, I guess it would be. But you guys...
I just make my skin glow extra bright.
Her eyes go huge, and she just, like for the first time, she shuts up, and she just stares at you.
Vinda tries to compete and fails. But she makes her wings or whatever bow.
I have to write this down now.
It's probably nowhere near as impressive.
No, she is fully focused on the glowing angel at this point.
Gorm's just looking at, like, his left hand and saying, this is useless when it counts.
Nihilus just pats you on the back and says, she'll grow out of it, don't worry. We you know, you just get it. I mean, unfortunately, I'm like half deaf, so I don't hear most of it, but, you know, just let's just get going.
And with that, we'll go ahead and close out another night of Chronicles of Vechaunus before we get lost in another 30 minutes, which was quite enjoyable, but still. Hopefully I'm not cutting out, and y'all can hear me and all that. But anyways, I hope, thank you guys for joining us live on the live stream. I hope you guys have a good night, and those of you who are joining in on the YouTube videos, I hope you guys have a good night, and God bless.